Hi guys, it's me, Alex, your sassy dispatcher and founder of Dispatch Training Center. Well, I decided to do a little short series on basics of dispatching skills. What do you need to know as a dispatcher? And first, of course, we have to start with a process of setting up with the brokers. So what will you need to learn? First, you need to understand what does it mean motor carrier number. What is the difference between motor carrier and US DOT number? Well, this is very simple knowledge. We have intrastate and interstate carriers. Intrastate means only in one state, inside of one state. So if you decide to run your operations only in Kansas or maybe Missouri or Texas or Wisconsin, and you're gonna stay only in one state, you only need US DOT number. If you decide to start going to nearby states, or if you decide to go big and go lower 48 states, you will need to have MC number, motor carrier number. US DOT number is given to you by US Department of Transportation in each state. MC number is given to you by Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration because that's what they do. They regulate commercial truckers on federal level. Easy? Very easy. So look at you. You almost a pro dispatcher. Now you know two definitions, intrastate and interstate carrier. Well, to just get a number is not gonna make you carrier. You need to activate those. And we have two steps that everybody has to follow. First, you need to make sure that you have primary liability insurance on file. Minimum requirement is $750,000, but no broker will give you load unless you have 1 million. That's your number one step. Doesn't matter if you have US DOT, doesn't matter if you have MC number. You want to book that first load, you'd better have that insurance on file with your insurance agent. Second step is BOC3 form, blanket of coverage. And you need to pay attention to process agents. Go to FMCSA website, put process agents, and make sure that you use one of agents that are listed on FMCSA website. So now finally, you got an active MC and US DOT. So as a dispatcher, you can always check on a safer if your carrier actually is active, if your carrier has valid insurance, if your carrier actually filed BOC3 form. And hopefully you're a lucky one because you are dispatching an active carrier who has both steps done in timely manner. And now it's time for you to book that first load. Well, of course, you're gonna go and post your equipment on load boards, whatever you guys use. I recommend you that one or truck stop. And also I recommend you using all the load boards of the brokers because those are free. If you are choosing that one, or if you are choosing truck stop, or if you're choosing both, make sure that you have pro subscription. And remember to use our code for that one so you can get 10% off for the first 12 months. It is a big savings because those boards are not that cheap. Well, let's keep going. You got the load boards, you posted your equipment. Let's say you have a dry van available tomorrow. What is today? Today is February 5th of 2024. So your equipment is available tomorrow. Let's choose some area. Let's say Memphis, Tennessee. You post a truck, In Memphis, Tennessee, as a future pro dispatcher, you probably know what are you gonna do with him, so you can post and choose zones, states. Maybe you have to bring him exactly to some area. Maybe he needs to go home. Let's say maybe he lives in Newark, New Jersey. Whatever you have to do, we are not actually learning that part today. We are simply learning what can happen after you post your equipment. Well, you see all these loads, right, available for you. You choosing the broker, you call them, and you start asking about details. Well, calling about posted load from Memphis, Tennessee for tomorrow, February 6th, going to Newark, New Jersey. Is it still available? Can I get details? And there can be 3 scenarios. The first one is, well, yes, good. UMC is active. We did business with you before. Let's talk about the load. Let's talk about details. Pick up, the weight, transit, and all those good things. And of course, the money. Easy, right? Second option. Well, unfortunately, UMC is brand new. You have to be in business for 90 days, 6 months, 9 months, a year. Well, if you have those time frame under UMC, maybe you can get set up. If not, you as a pro dispatcher are gonna make a note and you're gonna say, well, I will call Pepsi after 1 year in a business. I will call RXO after 90 days in business. I will call GB Hunt also after 1 year in business. So things are getting tougher for you as a new pro dispatcher. And the third scenario, well, you're good. UMC looks good. We can get set up. Would you like to get set up? And of course, yes. Finally, you're able to get that load, right? Isn't it exciting? Yes. And now you start doing the first step, that initial setup between your carrier and the broker, third-party PL, third-party logistics. Who are you? You are dispatcher. You providing the service, arranging the freight between A, B, and C, and D. For whom? For your carrier who you dispatching. Paperwork flow will be between carrier and broker. You're the one who will be completing the paperwork. But remember, on behalf of the carrier. Is that going to be your signature? No, no, and no. This will be the signature of the owner of the trucking company. Is it going to be your social security or your tax ID when you're going to fill out that paperwork? No, no, and no. That will be information from your carrier. After you finish that broker carrier setup, now you can actually book the loads with the broker who you finish setup. And we call this initial setup. How often you gonna do it? Well, only once. And sometimes you will need to update the information as notice of assignment if you switch in the factoring, maybe certificate of insurance if you're renewing your policy for coverages, maybe actually you changing the address or anything else that will be changing in the process. Otherwise, we don't do it every time we call about the load because we're already in the system. In the next short video, we're gonna talk about how to create that carrier setup packet, which will make it easier for you to go through the initial setup with the brokers. And I will just repeat information which you can find already from my previous first videos. We just want to make sure that you understand the pages you're gonna add there, what needs to be done, how I recommend that should look, and of course, hopefully, it's gonna make your day easier. If everything is organized, if you know what you have to send, the faster you can finish those setups, the faster you can book the loads, the faster you can go to the next task. And we have so many things to deal with as a pro dispatchers. We need to book the load for tomorrow. We need to send invoice to factor. And we need to make sure we updating brokers about where our drivers are. We need to actually dispatch drivers. We need to make sure that we deal with other problems, maybe getting the detention, maybe getting the truck order not used, or simply maybe seeing, did we make the profit this week or not? So keep up a good work, be a pro dispatcher, and hopefully I'll see you in my trainings. Subscribe, like, share, and always do a good job. So initial setup is very easy. Click, 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 click.